I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lie on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk. Got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top
I got
notch.
that chicken to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. Derek ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it for FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court, for real. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll look to throw. Going up top. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He finds some open field here. David Johnson on his way. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big run there by Johnson. 44 yards on the ground. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
We're rolling. You ready? You waiting?
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Matthew Stafford with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Prater for the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
Well, he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
He's got a man, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Hey, you got four. You got four down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Johnson, and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Eluding and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They begin with a run by Fournette. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Watch him now, Barney!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3, 19! you now, Barney! Barney!
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's second down. He'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Johnson running left. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it with Johnson. Wiggles free, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They try the left side with Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
21.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And Tate's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Caught right side, Tate. And he gets it down to the 32. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Stafford. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Matthew Stafford, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
Whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. On play action, they'll throw. It'll buy some time right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Lions have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 45. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Dante Fowler in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Miles Jack He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Action fake. They'll look to throw. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Looking long for Westbrook. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Abdullah. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Well, 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Fournette, a first down carry. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Lions, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.